What's going on, Cancer? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for February 2023. So in this reading, Cancer, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for February. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding February 2023, Cancer. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we move through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Cancer, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Cancer, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Cancer. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for February 2023. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Cancer. See what we got here, Cancer. Oh, let's play a love game and a love game. That's that song by Lady Gaga that just popped in my head, Love Game. In the love game, I feel like some of you are going to be playing a love game here in February, but what else is new, right, Cancer? All right. Okay, so before we get into this reading, Cancer, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. What frequency do you need more of? What frequency do you need to embody here? The first energy you have is beginnings. Okay, so don't be afraid to initiate some sort of beginning. You also see the number 77 right here, which is very like synchronistic. I'm getting there's something about you being with someone who has a similar frequency to you and not being afraid to like start some sort of, for some of you, I'm popping in my head like soul family, like soul tribe. Like for a very small select few of you, you might be thinking about, it might be crossing your mind, I want to move into like an intentional community. Or, because I'll tell you one thing, Cancer, I don't know how we're all meant to live our lives. I'm certainly not going to tell you how to live your life. But what I do know is that the single family home is the reason why so many divorces are happening. It's not, I don't know really the solution, but I kind of know that like the single family thing, I don't know if that really works. Okay, I don't know why that popped in my head. It must be for a reason for some of you. Now, interestingly enough, you have nostalgia, and a lot of you are going to be playing a love game with someone from your past. Okay, this even could be a few different people that you have floating around, but you have beginnings and you have nostalgia right next to that. So some of you are going to have, the universe wants you to have a new beginning with someone from your past, okay? And you're going to have to decide, and we'll figure out who that person is for you as we go through the reading. And then we also have self-love, okay? So the question to ask yourself is, what would someone who loved themselves do? Okay, what would someone who loved themselves do, Cancer? So that's, you have beginnings, nostalgia, and self-love, okay? So just be aware of that. Now, there is something as well about with this frequency, Cancer, before we get into the tarot, is that you want to cook in your aura some of the best memories you've ever had in your life. So what I'm getting from this is what Spirit wants you to do is think about some of the best days of your life. It could be something small, it could be something big, and just live in that frequency. Because then if you appreciate the good things that have happened to you in the past, even if it was a really long time ago, you'll then attract that into your energy field now. That's what universe wants you to do, okay? Now, we start this reading off with your opportunity. Your opportunity is the Page of Swords, right? I'm getting a few different things from this. For some of you, you have a secret admirer that you're not aware of yet, but I feel like there's a lot of people who are paying attention to you, Cancer. So the Page of Swords and your opportunity, we're going to have to clarify, but I do think there's something about linking up with someone who really like thinks highly of you, okay? But they could be a little bit like nosy or something like that. We're going to have to see as we clarify. But also the Page of Swords is getting more information on what you want and really not being afraid of information, okay? So you getting more information is your opportunity, or I'm getting for some of you is to link up with someone who's really into you, right? Like something that I've recently learned, Cancer, is like something that I find attractive in other people is the fact that they're really into me, right? Like if someone's Page of Swords me, that means they're really into me, and that's very attractive to me. Whereas in the past, like I always used to chase people who weren't even like spiritual. They didn't even understand me, because there's what I'm getting from this as well for you. There's something about the dichotomy in February between like being with people who want you versus like we always want the thing that we can't get, or there's some sort of psychological thing about like we want something to fix someone, to change them. There's something about like maybe flipping that around. We're going to have to see. Now your challenge is the King of Pentacles, Cancer. The King of Pentacles in your challenge, some of you here could have some sort of person who deals with your money. This could be someone you're working with. This could be someone who offered you a job, but it's not really for your best interest. Some of you as well, this could have to do with a lover. The King of Pentacles, your challenge with the King of Pentacles, I don't know. For some of you, I feel like there's someone who your finances are somehow tied up to. And this could be someone that you're living with, a living situation. We're going to have to see as we clarify. Now, for others of you, what I'm getting is, for some of you, there is someone here who's interested in you who could have a lot of earth energy. They're either very physically attractive, or they have a lot of money. For some of you with the money thing, someone could intimidate you, someone who's into you that has a lot of money. You might be like, well, why are they into me? For others of you though, this is someone from your past who is an earth sign that you're very physically attracted to, and they have like this devilish pull on you, what I'm getting. And you need to like distinguish between that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to clarify that in a minute too, Cancer. But, so your overall general energy for February 2023 is the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. This immediately screamed a love game to me. I feel like there's someone around you. There's someone in your head. There's someone you're dealing with in February who's very in and out, has options open. And this could even be multiple people that you're dealing with who have options open. But for some reason, you feel stuck with them. This could be financially stuck with them for a housing, living situation. This could just be going back to them because they feel comfortable. But the Page of Cups, right? I do feel like you're going to be making a friend to this frequency instead of resisting it. Because you know what they say, what you resist persists. And this Page of Cups is almost coming through as you being like, okay, well, like, how do you know that something's meant to happen? Because it's happening. Like the universe always gives you the experience that you need to expand your consciousness every time, even if it's resistant or whatever. So we're going to have to clarify what this is about. I just see you kind of being in, like figuring out your love life, maybe in some sort of very exciting but chaotic way with people. People either have their options open, you have their options open. You could be just, I don't know. Now, for those of you dealing with one person, I don't know, like this person could get bored easily with you, and it's just this on and off thing. Someone's like getting bored with you or something, or vice versa. Now let's go ahead and get to what you don't see coming. There's something about you, okay, I'm getting multiple things for this, but you're in what you don't see coming, Cancer. You have the Chariot, you have the 7 of Wands, and you also have the Wheel of Fortune. For some of you here, there's something to do with your destiny. This is a soulmate relationship that you're dealing with. Someone who's immature, they're very in and out, they get bored with you easily, they're keeping their options open, or they're holding money over you, King of Pentacles figure, something along those lines. There's something about like, with your destiny, you're meant to go through this for some of you, you're going to be very resistant to the lesson that this person is trying to teach you, right? The Wheel of Fortune is coming through for some reason as an opportunity. It could be an opportunity in the physical realm for some of you to move forward with this person, but more so it's coming through as a lesson that you're meant to learn from this person that you're going to be very resistant to. Like the Seven of Wands is like that. The lesson is right there. The Chariot is here. The Wheel of Fortune. You're meant to learn a lesson through some sort of weird, kind of immature connection with someone, but you're going to be very resistant to that lesson. It may be hard for you to even understand what the lesson is because it's on repeat. Something's on repeat here. Now, for others of you, Cancer, for others of you, in what you don't see coming, you're going to be putting a boundary up towards some sort of past relationship that you do feel is deep, even though it's a little bit immature. The Seven of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune, and then you're out of there. Bam, the Chariot. I see some of you finally closing down something, okay? Finally closing down something with someone who's really on and off with you. They get bored with you easily. They don't treat you good. They treat you disrespectfully, and you're out of there. You may even move, okay? Especially for those of you, because your King of Pentacles is your challenge. For some reason, this is either living situation or work. Some of you are tied up with this person. Bam, you're out of there. You're divinely protected to move, right? Use your willpower to move. Now, we're going to have to clarify what that means. Some of you also may go from one situation to another in love, like just kind of like be very in that way for some reason. Now, in your advice from your spirit guides, it's pretty intense, Cancer. You have the Death card, you have the Judgment card, and you also have the Queen of Wands. Okay, you have the Death card, you have the Judgment card, and you also have the Queen of Wands. So Spirit is trying to get your attention right now in February. Like there is some sort of major shift in consciousness that has to do with an ending, right? The Judgment card in your advice is coming through as like Spirit is like knocking on your head. Like, Cancer, do you see the pattern, Cancer? And like some of you, that's why your opportunity is to be open, right? The opportunity is the Page of Swords. For some of you is to get this download through your experience and to listen to your emotions. Now, a lot of you, this Judgment has to do with cutting out someone who's toxic. Okay, this Judgment has to do with cutting out someone who you're tied to. Once again, this negative kind of immature frequency. It's just about your advice is to get out of there before you get hurt. Now, I can read this multiple ways. You have to know who you are. You also have the Queen of Wands here. For some of you, this is going to be a shift in your values and your lifestyle. You're going to give up on the whole dating scene. You may even say, I don't want to be like the Queen of Wands right now. Or you may focus on your business, or you say, I'm not interested in messing around with all these people in a love setting. For others of you though, it's telling you like, don't let someone put out your fire. Like you're dealing with someone who's immature, who doesn't really want you, who's not really into you, blah, 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 blah. Keep that fire with the next person though, because what I got this very clearly, Cancer, like the Page of Swords in your opportunity was coming through as like you being open to people who want you. Instead, because I understand how that is. Trust me, I understand how that is. Many times, psychologically speaking, when someone wants you, when someone's like, oh, you're amazing, you're amazing, sometimes it's because you have self-worth issues, but it's not even that. Sometimes it's just we want a challenge. And me as an Aries, I always like pursue the thing that's not the simplest thing, right? So if you want to get to my heart, just tell me no. No, I'm kidding. All right. So that's what I see happening here. Let's go ahead and get into this reading though. If you see I have a green tongue, it's because I have my go-to matcha green tea from Starbucks. Starbucks, you should really sponsor me. Even though I don't really try to drink your coffee because apparently there's mold in your coffee. If you're going to drink coffee, you got to have organic, whole bean, grind up the beans, and then do that. Otherwise, you're drinking mold. Okay. Why is the Page of Swords here in your opportunity, Cancer, for February? Let's see. So in what you don't see coming, some of you, there is travel. For some of you, and like, or it's just getting out of some sort of situation. Yeah, some sort of healing experience. Let's see why the Page of Swords is here in your opportunity. Something's going on with your destiny or some sort of major opportunity here, Cancer. Whoa. One more. Why is the Page of Swords here for February? Hope I haven't been saying January. It's February, 100%. Okay, the first jumpers that came out for the Page of Swords are the Wheel of Fortune and also the World. All right, so this is there's some sort of major opportunity for you to get more information and upgrade your life. For a lot of you, there's someone who's a little bit like stalkerish, or they're very into you, and you have an opportunity to upgrade your life by being with this person who's into you, but because of there's some sort of thing about this person, or you don't even know who it is. And then and I love how this comes out in sequences, right? So you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the World, and then the Page of Swords. The other three clarifications, you have the Death card, you have the Four of Cups, and you also have the Moon. Interestingly enough, Cancer, the Death card is in your advice, and the Death card is also in your opportunity. The way that I do my spreads, the advice from Spirit and the opportunity from Spirit are intimately linked. And so the fact that the Death card is coming out twice, with the Four of Cups here, not really being on the same page emotionally, wanting to turn something down in the Moon. Clearly, what I'm getting from this is there's some sort of like love game that you're playing, but there's one energy that's not really good for you. It's not good for you. And then there's another energy, the World and the Wheel of Fortune. This all could be linked. Just for some of you, you don't have a new option. It's just about getting out of the toxic thing. But yeah, so I don't know. There seems to be a lot in the air. There seems to be a lot going on for you. So let's keep going. Let's go ahead and see why the Five of Wands is here in your overall general energy for... hold on. We had 3 cards come out here. Well, interestingly enough, the Five of Wands was clarified by the Five of Wands. It jumped the furthest out, but we're gonna keep going here. Hold on. Okay. Let's see what the Five of Wands is here. I feel like there's just someone's... Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Someone is causing you a lot of pain here. But you're... Okay, now the song Toxic by Britney Spears is coming in my head. You know what I mean? I'm addicted to you, but I know that you're toxic. Yeah. That's what's going on here between you and someone. Or someone, vice versa. Some of you, you got to admit, you're the toxic one and someone is addicted to you. Or because what you put out is what you get back, you may be experiencing this simultaneously between multiple people. And so maybe that's what this Judgment Death is about. I don't know. But yeah, okay. The Five of Wands, Cancer, is clarified first of all by the Nine of Swords in your overall general energy. Someone is keeping their options open, and even if you want to say it doesn't hurt you, it is. Some of you, there's something about jealousy that you have with someone else, being stuck. Like some of you are even, I'm getting, pretending like it doesn't hurt you on the outside so people don't know. Some of you are hanging out with an ex of yours and they've moved on to someone else and you're pretending it doesn't hurt you even though it does. And then you have the Ace of Swords and you have the Eight of Cups, or some sort of thing like that with someone that you're around, a little bit toxic, keeping their options open. It starts to hurt you, and I think that's when you start to leave, right? And then you just start to look at like, well, who is into me? There's something about that. There's something about getting like, you think you know someone, but you don't. That's also what I'm getting, like, Cancer. You think there's someone else around your energy, not the person that's toxic that's doing this. There's another energy. It could be someone from your past as well, that you think you know them, but there's, like, everyone has infinite depth, right? So let's see why the Wheel of Fortune, why is the Wheel of Fortune here, Cancer, in what you don't see coming? Okay, you have the Two of Wands. There could be some sort of a split decision that you have to make, a big opportunity. Who am I going to go with? If you go with one person, it's going to, whoever you choose to like link yourself up with is going to determine your destiny, is what I'm getting. You see how there's 2 different paths here, Cancer? There's something about a person that you have to choose who you're going to be with that will then influence your destiny, right? And that's like pretty obvious, but hold on. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here and what you don't see coming? Some of you, there could be multiple people into you and you have to decide who am I going to go with. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of... Yeah, you got a choice here, Cancer. And you see how these knights are kind of facing off in front of each other. I really feel like you have a major choice in love here. This could even be between two people that you already know. Now, I am getting, for some of you, there's some sort of stalker that you're not really aware of. You don't really know who they are. But the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like there's some sort of choice. Like, whoever you decide to like unite yourself with physically or energetically here in February, it's going to have a very big impact on your timeline. Okay? So there could be also something about someone's a little bit more, someone you're in love with, and someone it's more practical to be with them. And there's something about that, right? And so that could be, I don't know. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's also see why is the Chariot here in what you don't see coming? Because for a lot of you, I'm just getting like there's going to be some sort of breaking point if you don't get some sort of like, some of you are playing with fire, and that's why you have the Death card, the Queen of Wands, in your advice. Like, you're playing with fire, you know, and it's fun. I mean, I'm a firebender in this life. It's my dominant element, but sometimes you get burned, you know. Yeah, there's some sort of logical decision that you choose to make. The Chariot's clarified by the Queen of Swords. There's some sort of just thing that you use your mind that you just, and you also have the Ace of Swords, right, with that Five of Wands. So hold on, why is the Chariot here? Chariot is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. So it seems like you're going to make up your mind eventually. I don't think your mind is made up right now, as if you're watching this, unless it's like late February already. But look at that frequency, Cancer. The Chariot in what you don't see coming is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Emperor here. I feel like you get clarity about who you want to be with. Now, I read chronologically, and this is towards the later half. So this is not really going to happen, I'm getting, until the later half of February. At least the second half of February, at least. But there's someone here, you could be connecting to an Aries or a fire sign with the Emperor there. Others of you also could be connecting to a water sign or a earth sign. I'm not really getting a lot of air signs. Water sign, earth, you could be though. With that being said, so it seems like you're gonna make up your mind and you're gonna go towards someone. Go towards the Emperor. This could be someone who's this could even be related to the King of Pentacles in your challenge. Like the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, somewhat of a similar frequency, right? It's the only king in this reading. So that could be what's going on here for sure. Now, let's go ahead and see why is the Death card here in your advice. Now, interestingly enough, the way that this spread is, like if I could turn the camera here for you to see the spread, the Empress is looking right at that Emperor. And that the Queen of Wands is your advice, and the Emperor here is in what you don't see coming next to the Ace of Cups to the Chariot. So there could be some sort of shift in perspective here with you and someone for some reason. Now let's see why the Death card is here, Cancer, in your advice for February. Why is the Death card here? One more here. The Death card in your advice is clarified by... Whoa! Yeah, okay, so, I mean, the Death card in your advice is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and also the Magician here. Now, it's super interesting because, you know what, the King of Pentacles is in your challenge, and the Judgment card is right here. So you have the King of Pentacles twice, and you have the Judgment card twice. You're making you have a big shift of consciousness around someone here, Cancer. And for a lot of you, this King of Pentacles frequency is someone that is toxic, and you decide they're playing games with me, and I'm done. I'm done playing that game. You have someone, you start to view someone very differently. Okay, that's your advice, to look at someone differently. Now, I'm getting a few different things from this. Because the King of Pentacles is in your challenge, I feel like it's the person that is playing games with you, that they're bored with you. They may be into you at times, but they're more into other things than you. They're not committed to you. They're kind of just, they're keeping their options open, right? That's the whole thing about what you need to disconnect from, right? Like making a realization about that. Now, simultaneously though, like you could also have a shift in consciousness about someone else. You could also have a shift in consciousness and say, I want this person, right? With the Magician. And that's more to do with the Chariot, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor here. You might be switching your feelings. Either way, like you're kind of all over the place here. But, there's someone that you're very physically attracted to that, I don't know, there's a shift in consciousness there. So with that being said, Cancer, you're in a love game. You're in some sort of love. I'm not even going to call it a triangle, because for some of you, this is a hexagon or an octagon, pentagon. You know, this is literally that. There's 5 things going on here. So that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Cancer. I hope that this helped you, and I'll talk to you next time.